This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hello, this is Vickie Twothumbs, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James Jay, and it is a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the always tenacious Vickie Twothumbs.
Hello, thank you for the awesome intro.
We like to do it big here on Wrestling With.
I love it.
And where can we find Vickie next?
You can find Vickie Twothumbs at the Lockhorns Wrestling Alliance show on the 31st of May. And
so today.
Let me just sorry?
So today.
No, the 31st of May.
Yes.
Next on Wednesday the 31st of May. And let me double check the venue. It is at the Minster Village Hall in Ramsgate.
Alright. And where can we find all things Vickie Twothumbs on social media?
I've got a new t-shirt design that has just been released. I'm wearing it today. But yeah, you can find it on my Instagram or my Facebook. You can DM me if you want to order it, and I can post it out to you. It's £15 for a t-shirt, and then whatever postage is, and I'll add that on top. But yeah.
Alright, and you don't even have to go looking for her social media. All of it will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link and you will be there.
Cool.
Alright, now you won the Lockhorns Castle Honor Trophy. What did that mean to you?
It meant everything to me. It means that I can be the champion that the Lockhorns Wrestling Alliance fans deserve, because I'm an honourable champion. I will strive to put on the best matches, to defend my championship with honour. I will bring all the tenacity to that championship, all the two thumbs, all the glory. I will bring everything that I can possibly bring to defend that championship, and to give it the respect it deserves, really. I'm a fighting champion, and I will be for as long as I am Vickie Twothumbs.
Now, the first person to win that trophy went on to win the big one. The main title. Is that kind of where you're hoping that title leads you as well?
Yes, but I'm biding my time. It's more a case of, I just want to defend my championship. I just want to honor it for the people. I want to just, show people that they can work hard for something, and they can hold on to that, and they can keep striving, keep working hard, and they can keep improving. And I just want to show everyone that they can live their dreams. They can do what they want to achieve. And when the time comes that I finally cash in that trophy, it will be for that championship, and I will go on to win that championship. But like I said, when I choose. But I'm not really thinking about that right now, to be honest, because I love my trophy. I love defending it, and I love being the people's champion.
All right. Well, what about your rivalry with the Mumbles Mad Circus?
Yeah, that's that's a very old rivalry. That's very much dead and buried. I'd say that is very much in the past, and I've moved on from that onto much better things, really.
I mean, it was an intense rivalry where you actually put your career on the line to get rid of them. No?
Yes, it's true. Yes, and I did what I set out to do. I conquered them. I went on. I prevailed. I got rid of that circus. I burnt it to the ground, and I stood up strong.
All right. Now, you were part of a group called Enigmatic. There you go.
Enigmatic, yeah.
Yeah, with Andros Jay, Eden Rise, and Dominic King. Could you tell us
Yes.
about that group? And your
Okay,
relationship
so
with the guys?
yes, so I was a part of a tag team called Tenacity with Andros Jay. Dominic King was Andros's brother from his old tag team, Enigmatic. So we decided to revive Enigmatic and join Tenacity with Enigmatic. And then we found Eden Rise, who was kind of like a lonely soul who just needed someone to really take him under their wing. So then he joined Enigmatic, and we became this faction of misfits. We were just like a family, really. It was just such a lovely time in my career. Obviously, Enigmatic has disbanded now, but in the time that we were together, it was great. Honestly, it was wonderful.
And Jay actually betrayed you recently, no?
Yes, he did. He's been going through this weird kind of attitude change. Like, he's become a bit edgy. He's gone to the dark side a little. Like, he calls himself the emo trash boy. He's found this other tag partner called Ted Sabin. Now they're the emo trash boys, and they've got this new look and this new attitude. And like, I don't really know what's going on. It just seems like he suddenly doesn't like everyone. And he's kind of just turned his back on all the people that cared about him, really.
And obviously you were one of them, but he was your best friend, so it kind of hurts a little bit more, no?
Yes, absolutely. It really hurts. Like, I've known this guy for 5 years now. We were a tag team from 2018 right up until our last match in either 2021 or 2022. I can't remember because it was so long ago. But yeah, we had that one final match, and something switched, and he just turned on me, and it was just out of nowhere. It was a lot to process, really. But I think me and him we're kind of at middle ground now, where we still don't see eye to eye. But obviously, he's just recently broke his arm. So like, I feel bad for him. Like, I wish him the best. I hope he recovers soon. Like, I want to see him wrestling again. But obviously, we're still not on great terms, and we won't be for a while. But yeah, it's just one of them, really.
Obviously, this needs to be settled in the ring, no?
Yeah, I think one day we'll settle our differences. When our paths cross again, then we'll settle our differences. But for now, I think we're just kind of just focusing on our own careers and focusing on our own stuff.
Because you have primarily been a tag team wrestler for the first couple of years. So it kind of does seem like you're kind of breaking out on your own and kind of going on a singles run. Would I be wrong on saying that?
No, I think that's pretty accurate. Lately, I have been branching out. I've been showing up in some new promotions. I've been having more singles matches than I had before. Recently, I've been doing lots of singles matches, to be fair.
Now, I bring this up because it's such an interesting first match. But your very first match ever in pro wrestling was a ladder match.
You've done some research.
it's a rumble, maybe a tag team match, maybe even a triple threat.
Yep.
How do you find yourself in a ladder match? Who did you piss off?
Yes. I know. Yes. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I don't know whether you could really call it a ladder match. I know it was a ladder match, but I didn't even go near a ladder once. Like, I just started fighting with this other person, and then we just disappeared. Like, we were just fighting so hard. We just went backstage, and that was it. Like, we didn't come back because we were just beating each other up. Like, we were just beating the hell out of each other. And then suddenly, before we knew it, the match was over. Like, that was pretty much how my first match went.
So, was you not touching the ladder? Was it
No.
like a fear of heights or something?
It wasn't that. It was just like, I think I was just so preoccupied. Like, this person, she was giving me like the stink eye, and I was like, I'm not having that. So then we just started brawling, and then that was it. Like, she was bigger than me, so like my tenacity and my fighting spirit was like, right, I need to, like, I need to take this person on, and I just show them what I'm made of. And then, yeah, that was it, pretty much. So.
All right. Can you tell us about Banshee, Vickie?
Yeah, that was a weird kind of transitioning point in my career. It was like, I don't know really. It was like sort of enigmatic days where I was just trying to figure myself out, I think. Like the Banshee thing, I didn't really pursue it. Like I didn't really do it after that because I didn't feel like that was me. Like it wasn't the best representation of who I am. Like I think the Banshee was very much like from a dark place where like I didn't want to be. And then Twothumbs was kind of born out of that. And that's where I am today, where I'm kind of like full of positivity. I'm the embodiment of self-positivity. I am my own self-superhero. I've got my thumbs of glory. I'm like passionate. I'm driven. I'm tenacious. And that's really not what Banshee reflected.
I can imagine, because Banshee seems like a lot darker than Twothumbs.
Yeah, like Banshee was kind of like a tortured soul. Like Banshee was hurting. Like she was struggling with her mental health. Like she was not feeling good. Like she was not in a good place. So that's why I'm so glad that Banshee's been put to rest and Twothumbs is here, basically.
I mean, that being said, will we ever see Vickie Two Swords again?
You very well might see Vickie Two Swords again. Absolutely, especially on a Halloween show. Awesome. I don't see why not.
Great. I think that's a great segue into our next segment. Vickie's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Sorry, I really struggled to hear that. What did you say? Sorry?
Could you tell us a road story that's weird, crazy, bizarre, or funny?
Oh man, okay. That's the thing. I'm trying to pick one because I've had a few different road trips. Like most of my wrestling road trips just kind of consist of like carpool karaoke, really. Like and just like I don't know, just talking about just random stuff. Like we barely even talk about wrestling when we're on the road. We just talk about the most random things. Like I'm struggling to put my finger on like the most random thing that we've talked about, but I just remember us like on the road just like singing along to like Elton John and just like random stuff that came on the radio and like jamming out to like My Chemical Romance and just like really random stuff. Like my friend had the most random playlist and that's all I really remember. Like, and then I remember like playing like my Nintendo Switch on the way up to Stoke-on-Trent. Me and my friend were in the back of the car just playing Mario Kart most of the way. And then we saw this guy in one of the can't remember what it's called. You know when you stop over it, like a you know them places that you get food.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean. Yeah, we stopped up for one of them, and there was like this weird guy who just like I don't know, his hair. It was like his hair was like allergic to his body. Like it was like it was defying gravity. Like I don't know what was going on with this man, but like it was so strange. Like I've never seen someone's hair like it before, and I took a picture of it. Like I know I could, it's weird, but like I just could not believe this guy's hair. Like it was amazing, and like me and my friends were just like proper giggling. And I felt so bad for laughing, but I've never seen someone like that before. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the highlight of one of my trips is that guy. Really, just that random guy. That's about it, really.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's not very exciting.
Well, I mean, now you gotta post that picture.
I might crop him out of it and just post a picture of the hair, possibly. I feel like everyone needs to see it.
Now, going through your career, just seeing every version of Vickie Twothumbs, I haven't seen a picture of you wrestling without wearing the color blue. What is the significance of the color blue to Vickie Twothumbs?
Okay, so blue for me is it's a bit of a cliche. Blue's my favorite color, but also like I don't know. I think just blue. I don't know. For me, it's a happy color. Like it represents like this sounds extremely cringy, but like clear skies. You know, that blue's just a calm color. It's just a color that I just feel it's very relaxing, I guess, and it's just like I feel like blue also suits me. Like I just feel like that's the color that I feel the most comfortable in personally, and like if I want to delve into it, like I've always been a little bit of like a tomboy at heart, so I guess blue kind of represents that part of me as well. My dad's favorite color is also blue, so it might be that. There's just like a lot of different representations, really.
Your favorite song is "I'm Blue." You like
Yes.
Blue Clues.
Yes.
Right. Can you tell us your rivalry with entrance curtains?
My rivalry was what, sorry?
Entrance curtains.
Oh, no. It's UKPW, that's what it is. They're cursing me, that's what it is. I reckon there's someone who's like, right, we're going to rig this curtain so that Twothumbs can't make her entrance because we just think it's funny. Like, I legit think someone there has something against me, and they're just like, we can't let her make a proper entrance, guys. Like, she needs to be the living meme of UKPW. Like, that's what I feel like it is. Maybe. Like, maybe it's that sneaky Dow Jones fella, or that Fentos guy. It might be one of them who's just like, nah, she can't make a good entrance. Like, that's what I think it is.
I would say the first one was a bad entrance. You just didn't come from where you were supposed to.
I mean, actually, you know what? There is maybe some merit to what I'm saying, because I vividly remember going up to that Fentos guy and saying to him, right, I'm looking at this curtain. This curtain doesn't look very straightforward. Now, how do I make my entrance? Because I can't figure it out. And he was like, yeah, man, just go out wherever you want. So I took that literally. And like, I didn't realize there was a middle section that I was supposed to go out. So I kind of just went out the side, and I didn't realize there was a barrel actually weighing the curtain down. So I actively had to kick open the barrel to then go through the curtain, which is what you see me doing on the video. I'm struggling to get out. So I kick the barrel over. So yeah, I think Fentos definitely sabotaged me, 100%.
Now going back to your Enigmatic days, you had your own podcast with Jay, Rise, and King.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that podcast?
That podcast was a load of fun. It was just like us getting together and just chatting about the most random stuff. Like we'd go on there and talk about conspiracy theories. Like we'd go on there and talk about like our favorite bands, like our interests. We'd like sometimes Jay would interview people. Like we'd do the most random stuff, but it was just so fun. Like and like it was like, remember, we'd have so much laughs, and like we'd be talking for ages, and then Jay would stay up all night, bless him, editing the podcast. He wouldn't finish till like 6 a.m. because he was working hard on the podcast, and then he'd make all the thumbnails. It was just, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And you even got Jay was the host, but you did get to host a couple of the episodes as well.
Yes, I did.
So
Yes.
being a host myself, it's quite a hard thing, and it requires some responsibility. So, what was something that you learned being a host that either helped you maybe in your wrestling career or even in life in general?
I think it was more so the having to learn how to kind of just go with the flow when stuff doesn't go to plan. Like you kind of just have to go with it. It's like if they start going off on a tangent, you kind of just have to follow it. Like instead of sticking to like strict questions, it's like, oh, okay, they want to branch off into this topic, we'll just go into that. And then it's like the same thing at shows. Like sometimes things won't go perfect, but you kind of just have to roll with it. Like I've done segments where suddenly the person on the sound desk has played the wrong music, or accidentally played music when music isn't supposed to be playing, or something like that, or a microphone isn't working, and you kind of just have to like improvise a little bit and like just make a joke out of it, make light out of the situation, really.
All right. Do you think we'll ever see Vickie start her own podcast, the Twothumbs podcast?
Oh, I don't know. That sounds like, it sounds tempting. To be honest, I know it's really random, but I've actually been toying with an idea. So I'm a massive being from the UK, we call chips crisps, and I'm a massive crisp connoisseur. I am like an avid crisp lover. So I've been tempted to go to shows and like like go into the locker room, whatever, find a wrestler and just like quiz them on what their favorite flavor of crisp is, and then get them to like try a new flavor of crisp that I found at the shop, like just like the most random flavor, and then just like have them rate it between like 1 to 5. And like I've been so tempted to do that for a while, but I'm like, man, that's weird. But it's also very Twothumbs because I'm like the most random person ever. So yeah, it wouldn't be a podcast, but it would be like a really random series.
Honestly, not the weirdest thing a guest has done in the backstage area.
I can imagine.
Right. I mean, one of our guests would ask questions to wrestlers and then ask them, "Hey, do you have a squishy face?" And then would proceed to squish their face.
That's amazing. That's elite.
And she had some people. I mean, the Acclaimed and Brody King was. She squished their faces. So yeah.
That's amazing.
And what's her name? Alyssa Marino does Let's Get Cereal, which is a similar concept to what you want to do.
No, I can respect that. I can respect that. I like cereal.
Yeah, they eat cereal and they do an interview.
Love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, chips sounds like actually a really delicious and great idea.
Yeah. Might have to do it.
I definitely think you should.
Yes. I might make it like a TikTok exclusive or something.
Alright, what's something Vickie can give 2 thumbs up to?
Would you? What's something? Okay. Took me a second. Obviously crisps. A big 2 thumbs for that. As I've said. As I've said. Big 2 thumbs up for people who put up the ring and take down the ring at the shows, because paying your dues, man. I just had to say this because, oh my god, it gets under my skin. Like Just, oh man, like it's something that annoys me because I'm a weirdo, okay? Like, I don't mind putting up the ring. I don't mind taking down the ring. I actually take pride in it because I know what I'm doing. Like, I will happily go to a show and I will set it up. Like, I don't care if there's 2 people doing it and I'm one of them. I will happily do it. And, like, there's so many people who are just like, no, like, I don't have to do that. Like, yes, you do. Just do it. Like, so yeah. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. Another thing that Two Thumbs gives 2 thumbs up to is all the bands that I listen to. Green Day, I Prevail, Bring the Horizon, Fall in Reverse, just to name a few. My dog, Barry, 2 thumbs, because I love him. He's great.
Of course.
My cat, Jasper, 2 thumbs for Jasper, sometimes. Yeah, that's about it. Top of my head.
All right. Now, what is something Vickie gives 2 thumbs down to?
2 thumbs down.
Yes.
I'd have to say. I'm trying to think. There's not a lot of stuff that Vickie Two Thumbs doesn't like. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff I don't like, to be fair. I guess people being weird.
And your cats sometimes, I suppose.
Yes, but people being like weird and creepy. That gets 2 thumbs down for me. Like, there's some weird, creepy wrestling fans. I mean, like, I'm sure every wrestler gets them. But, like, yeah, that's 2 thumbs down for me. Like, I don't mind people saying hi, but if they're being creepy, then no. Absolutely not. I think that's really about it. Off the top of my head.
All right. Well, can you tell us... excuse me. Can you tell us about your love of Animal Crossings?
Ooh, that's a question. That's a nice question. So my love of Animal Crossings. I remember playing. I think it was Wild World. I can't remember. It was a while ago. Whatever one was on Nintendo DS. I remember playing that, and I fell in love with it immediately. But I thought it was a very niche game, and no one knew what it was. So I felt really embarrassed about liking it for the longest time. And then I played the one that was on the Wii, and then I played Pocket Camp that was on the phone, and then I remember getting my Nintendo Switch and getting New Horizons. Then suddenly everyone loved Animal Crossings, and I wasn't embarrassed anymore. And then I was like, oh my god, Animal Crossing's the best. This is great. And then, like, my best friend started playing it, and then it was just, yeah. Animal Crossings was the greatest thing, and my favourite villager will always be Apple. Not a lot of people like Apple, but, like, I think she's adorable. So, and I actually got a t-shirt design made with me as Apple a while ago, but no one ever bought it. But that's okay, because I have, like, 2 or 3 of them.
Usually, Isabelle is everybody's favorite character.
I just think Isabelle's overrated, man. Like, she's okay, but, like, yeah, I just think she's a bit overrated. That's all.
Wow, putting Vickie Twothumbs heel on the show.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take Isabelle on.
Now I know that there was like quite a few wrestling-related items in Animal Crossings. Do you have any of them? Yes,
I have the full wrestling outfit. I have a bunch of the wrestling statues. Like the I can't remember if I think they're statues. But yeah, I have a bunch of them. They're really cool. And I think I had 3/4 of the ring. I wanted all 4 of them, but I couldn't find it. So yeah, but love it. It's great.
What is your house rating?
My house rating? Oh, I can't remember. I think it was quite a high rating, to be fair, but I can't remember. Oh man, that's such a. I don't know. I haven't played it in so long. It's been like a year. Like, but yeah, I can't remember. I think I had. Is a gold rating a thing? I can't remember. I haven't played it in so long. I feel like a fake fan now.
Well, who was the most annoying villager?
Oh, I feel like I need to Google his name now. Let me just see if I can find him, because like there was one that really got under my skin, and I think I know who it is.
I think it was
No,
like
it wasn't him.
the one that we've gotten was like a duck or a raccoon or something like that.
No, I don't think it was. I need to see if I can find it, because like this was one that I was proper beefing with.
Oh, you
like
had like a
Olaf.
rivalry with him.
Oh, it was Olaf. He would not stop showing up on my island. I got rid of him so many times, and he'd just show up in that tent, and I was so mad. Like, I remember one time, I finally freed up a spot, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get such a cool villager. Olaf appeared. And I was so angry. I was fuming. I was just constantly whacking him with my net, like, every time I saw him. Like, I was making it very clear that I wanted him to get out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your island's native fruit and flower?
Ooh, I think my native fruit was I think it was the peach. I can't remember what the flower was. In honesty, I can't. Oh wait, no, it was the cherry. It was the cherry, not the peach. The peach was my Nintendo DS game, the Wii game, not the Wii, the Nintendo Switch, New Horizons. It was the cherry.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, that's so. I mean, it sounds delicious.
Yes, it was great.
Can you tell us about Draw My Life?
Draw My Life. Yeah, that was a very cool video to do. I mean, so I have coordination issues, so trying to speak while drawing was very, very hard because I'm thinking while I'm doing something else. It was quite difficult, but yeah, my drawing skills are terrible, as you know from the video. But yeah, just trying to remember every little detail while drawing it. It was quite difficult, but it was also really cool to tell my story. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Definitely a creative way of telling your story that I haven't seen in the wrestling world as of now.
Yeah, I think it was because it was it was kind of like a YouTube thing for a while. Like loads of people were doing it, so we kind of jumped on that bandwagon. Really.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us about the guy on Instagram that wanted to sell you swords?
Sell me what? Sorry.
Swords. It was
Swords,
but he didn't spell them properly.
I'm trying to remember now. I can't remember. It was like a weird guy, wasn't it?
Yes.
I can't remember. I just think I posted it because I just found it really funny because like his spelling was just hilarious,
Yes.
and like I could barely understand it.
It was not great grammar at all.
Yeah, he was just like a random creeper, and I was like, usually I ignore them, but like his spelling of that word was just so funny that I had to post it. Like, I'm struggling to remember the context behind it, but yeah, I just remember at the time it was really funny.
This is the post exactly, and I am not mispronouncing words. I am just saying it as it was written. Hello, sir. I manufacture T-shirt, truck, suit, shorts, hoodies, polos, short jersey, Andrew and bra, and basketball shorts, football jersey, softball shorts.
Oh, I remember now.
Garments and
Yeah.
sportswear, club garments and fitness garments, basketball pants, basketball shorts. Actually, he spelled it right that time. And sublimation shorts. Blur contact me.
Yeah, I thought it was just so funny. It was just such a random thing. Oh yeah, because he spelled sharts. Yeah, I remember now. It was really funny at the time.
Speaking of weird and out of context things, can you tell us about your love of conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a massive lover of conspiracy theories. Like I used to like delve into it deeper. Like I used to constantly watch conspiracy videos because I thought they were really interesting. Whereas like nowadays I'm more into like true crime and I'm more into obviously horror movies. That's a big thing for me. But yeah, I spend most of my days now watching true crime as opposed to conspiracy theories. Yeah, I think conspiracy theories also freaked me out at times because it would make me think about everything. So yeah.
Do you have like an out there conspiracy theory?
Yeah, but most of my conspiracy theories are very much like it's quite morbid. Like they're very much about dying. But that's just because my kind of outlook is like I like to ponder about like dying because it doesn't freak me out as much if I think about like if I'm hopeful of like an afterwards sort of thing. So it's like if like when I do eventually die, if I'm a ghost, like that gives me hope because I'm like, oh, there's something more, like and I like the thought of being a ghost and getting to just like hang around for a bit and like jump out on people. Like I love the thought of that. And it's just like I just think it's so cool to think about sometimes, of like what is there. Like I think there might be like a ghost realm where like, so I've been watching this thing recently. It's a very old series called Ghost Whisperer, and I think it has some merit. Like I like the idea of you hang around if you have unfinished business, and then you go into the light, and no one ever sees you again. But you're in some really cool place with all your relatives, and you're just hanging out and having a good time. Like I really like the thought of that. And like seeing some videos and like hearing about like the end of life for some people and what they experience. Like I find it so cool, and like hearing about like past life experiences and stuff like that. I just think that's so cool, and I really like that sort of thing. So yeah, and like it's really weird for me. So I walk around graveyards sometimes, because one, I find them really calming because people are at a place of rest, and two, like I just feel like when I'm feeling really negative or really down, it's just a reminder to myself of like, no, I don't want to be here yet. Like this isn't the place for me. Like I'm not ready, like sort of thing. And it just reminds me of like when I was feeling in a negative place of like how badly sometimes I just didn't want to go on. It's like, I'm glad I'm here. Like I'm glad I'm not there, sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, that got really dark. Sorry.
No, keep going.
But yeah, I don't know. I just really like thinking about that sort of thing sometimes. Like I just find myself pondering, just like the what ifs. Like I think the idea of a ghost realm is so cool, and just getting to hang around. I find that really really cool. I don't like thinking about like, oh, it might just be nothing. Like there might be nothing else, because I just don't think that that's fathomable. Like obviously with science, you can't study like something out of our realm because we can't physically do that. Right. But like I like the idea of black boxes and getting to communicate with the white noise and the spirit, the frequencies. I find that so cool because it's like that could possibly be true. Like Ouija boards, they could possibly conjure up the energy of the spirits. Like I feel like you can, like the spirits can harness your energy and they can feed off you. And like that's why sometimes you feel cold when you go in places, or if you're trying to conjure up spirits, you're like really tired. Like it's the sort of thing of like I feel like they can feed off you, and like your family members can appear sometimes if you need them, sort of thing. Yeah, I just find it really cool. Because like when my nan passed, I swear I saw her once or twice in my dreams. So yeah, sorry, I went off on a long tangent there.
Oh no, we absolutely love that here. No, when like the shows on TV, like the ghost hunters, like I'm skeptical of that stuff because obviously it's a TV show and agendas.
Yeah.
But I did see a video. One of our past guests was a ghost hunter.
Oh, sick.
And he went into like I want to say it was like a hotel or something, like a, but it still went. It was still active, and there was
Yeah.
legitimately like a ghost in that place, and
Oh, cool.
it was crazy because him and his partner, they were having a conversation with a ghost through this machine, and
Yeah.
answer, question and answers, and whenever they asked a question, it would light up, and
Oh, cool.
and there was like a bad spirit in the basement that the spirit up in the on the second floor did not want to go with them to check out.
Oh. Oh no.
It was definitely an interesting thing to watch, considering that
Yeah.
it's a little. I was a little skeptical at that point, but it was it made me believe.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, I could talk for hours about this sort of thing because this is what I feel passionate about. Like, my roommate, he's really skeptical, whereas I'm super, like, into this stuff. Like, a part of me is maybe skeptical, but I like to not be, because I'm more of, like, I like to believe these things because it brings me joy. And, like, I dabbled in the whole ghost hunting thing. Like, I have this really weird auntie. Like, me and her have fallen out now. But she used to take me ghost hunting. Like, she had a black box. Her house is very, very creepy. Like, it feels like it has this weird energy. She did do a Ouija board in our house a few times, so it kind of makes sense. You can kind of connect the dots there. But like, she has night vision cameras like all the time. She gets this weird like stuff on it and whatever. But like, I have a Ouija board. I've always been afraid to use it because I'm scared that I wouldn't know how, and like I'd somehow summon a demon or something. Freaks me out. But like, at the time that my aunt, like, I was going to do a Ouija board with my auntie, but she told me I was too young and that my mental health is too bad and they feed off that negative energy, so I never did it. And then at the time, she did actually take me ghost hunting, and like, obviously some people are skeptical and whatever. That's fine. Like, I think that I am sort of naive to where like I believe in it maybe too much, or maybe just the right amount to where I'm susceptible. But like, I've been to a psychic fair, like I've had my tarot card reading, I've had a medium, like I love that so much. I went into a graveyard and we did the black box, and like, I swear clear as day, I felt myself get moved by some energy. Like, I felt myself actually get flung forward. Like, I know that people are like, nah, spirits can't push you, but like, I believe some energy did. And it happened to be towards my nan's grave, and I had a black box, and I swear I heard some kind of interference on it. I don't know what it said, because we never had a chance to analyse the footage, and I don't know where it's gone, because my auntie has it, but I swear clear as day I heard a whisper, and I got pushed by something, and it was only me and my auntie in that graveyard at that time, and I was actively trying to communicate with my nan. So I find that a little too coincidental for it to have no merit. And like, when I got back in that car, it was like I had the overwhelming sorrow of like 1,000 people. Like, I had this heart-crushing sorrow, like this extreme emotion. I burst into tears and I didn't know why, and I just felt like I was consumed by this energy, and it was the weirdest feeling I've ever had. So for me, I'm not a skeptic. I really do feel like that was a spiritual experience, and I will swear by that, like, forever. So yeah, that's just one thing. I also, like, when I was younger, obviously kids are more susceptible to like seeing spirits and stuff, which makes sense. I swear I saw like a Victorian girl when I was younger, but I don't tell this story a lot because people think I'm a bit of I'm mental, basically. So yeah, like, my roommate thinks I'm mental. Every time I tell him something, he's like, no. but yeah, that's the thing. I don't talk about this a lot because I just go off on a tangent.
We can't just leave us with, oh, you just saw a Victorian girl and not go more into that.
Okay, all right. So basically, when I was like, I must have been 6 or 7. So the house I lived in was an actual Victorian house built in 1881.
Wow.
And yeah, and it also had the classic shutter windows with the like crosses on it, like, you know, the the 4 pane glass thing. It was quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, we eventually converted my house. Like, we converted the loft, but before that, it was still very much the layout of the Victorian house. So it had the master bedroom, which was my mum's and dad's. There was a tiny room, which was mine. There was my brother's room, and then there was the downstairs. But then, like, there was one time I was playing, I think it was a PS2 at the time. I was playing that, and like I felt it for some reason the switch started turning on and off, and like my game console was just like all over the place. So I like looked to my right, I think, and I swear I saw the figure of a girl, and like I remember I was so freaked out, and then like I kind of just ran out the room, and then like I came back and she was gone. And then there was like another time where I was running a bath, and I walked into the bathroom because I'd gone out for a second, and I swear she was like sitting in the bathtub. Like, she wasn't naked or anything, like she was still wearing her clothes, but I swear she was sitting in the bathtub. I vividly remember running down to my dad screaming. He came up, she was gone. Then there was another time my friend had a sleepover with me. We were both like hiding under the covers because we heard someone coming up the stairs, thinking it was my dad. We were like, oh, we're going to scare him. We like threw the cover off, shouted boo, and like we swear we saw the Victorian girl's silhouette like there on the like the landing. So we both screamed and like threw the cover back over our heads, and then she was gone. So yeah, that was my experience. And then there was another experience which my dad experienced. So apparently, I don't know if it's true, but before we moved into my house, apparently there was an old man who used to live there, and he died in our living room. And apparently he had a walking stick. I don't know whether it was true, but apparently when we moved in, the neighbours were saying they could hear it tapping at night. And then my dad said he woke up one night and there was an old man just standing over him, staring at him. And it's something that to this day that he still tells me he remembers crystal clearly what the man looked like. So yeah, that's my paranormal experiences.
And have you ever considered going back to your house, just to that old house, to check out the paranormal activity? Now that you have a little bit more knowledge and black boxes and so forth.
I wish I could, but it's to let now. Like it's on the market, but it's also when we converted the loft, we no longer had any more like paranormal sightings. Like, yes, the house still felt very, very eerie. It still felt cold at times. It didn't feel, the atmosphere just didn't feel good. Like, I was constantly looking over my shoulder. I was paranoid. But like the experiences stopped. But like that might have been because we changed the pathway of what the ghost was walking in its life. And like obviously then it felt like it didn't know where it was going, so it kind of just disappeared. But yeah, I would like to see if there is anything. But obviously, I don't think I'd ever be allowed back there. So, yeah.
I need to put you in contact with Josh Breezy. Legitimately. I think you would have some really interesting conversations about the paranormal.
I love it so much. Like, I wish I could do ghost hunting again, but my auntie's just, she's not a nice person, so I can't. But I will be going to the medium fairs a lot more, because I love that so much when I went. Like, I had I had the coolest tarot card reading ever. Like, she was so accurate. Like, my jaw literally dropped, and I was just so shocked. I'm like, she's got everything down to a T. Like, she literally nailed it. It was the coolest thing ever. So yeah.
Well, you certainly had some incredible experiences. And that's a great segue into the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about Vickie Twothumbs. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on the Vickie Twothumbs movie soundtrack?
Ooh, the first 3 songs. Ooh, good question. I've got so many songs in mind. I'm trying to pick one. I'm trying to pick 3 because oh man.
Pick more than 3 if you want to.
I feel like the first one would have to be something by Kiss.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it might have to be Crazy Crazy Nights, or oh, let me have a look at my YouTube, because I need to do this very carefully. I need to narrow it down because I'm very into music, so I need to make sure I get the right ones.
Fair enough.
So definitely Kiss. No, I'll change that. It will be Reason to Live by Kiss.
Okay.
Number one. It will be Green Day. Do you know your enemy? Because that's the entrance music I use at Lockhorn's Wrestling Alliance. Because that's good.
It was SmackDown
Sorry?
for a while though.
yeah, it was, and yeah, it's just a banger, really. And then I'd have to say probably I Prevail, I Don't Belong Here, because that song is very personal to me, because whenever I get in a negative mind space, I'll listen to Let Me Be Sad by I Prevail, and then I'll listen to I Don't Belong Here, which, like, Let Me Be Sad kind of validates my emotions. It's like, cool, I'm sad right now, I'll just let myself have a moment. And then I Don't Belong Here is kind of like, right, you don't belong in this mindset, you need to get yourself back up, like, you need to figure out what's going on, sort of thing. So yeah, they'd have to be my three.
Solid 3 picks right now. Now that
Yes.
we got the soundtrack down, everybody knows you make the soundtrack, and then you write the script, and then you do casting. Who would play
Yes.
Vickie? And you can't say yourself because you're obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Okay. So I feel like to play Twothumbs, it would have to be like, I feel like it has to be Bailey. Like, Bailey's probably the most similar person I can think of to Twothumbs, really. Like, she just has like the charisma. Like, I feel like she could really just knock it out of the park with Twothumbs, genuinely. I mean, like, I wanted to say AJ Lee, but I feel like Bailey would just knock it out of the park, really. So
Just thinking about it, yeah, that would definitely work. I could see that. Sure.
yeah.
Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people in your movie, and who would play them?
What, you mean 3 characters?
No, who would be 3 legitimate people in your life that would be in the movie, and who would play them?
Okay. Well, Andros Jay, because he's a big part of my career. I don't know who I'd get to play him, though, honestly. I feel like it would have to be... I feel like I'd have to get, like, someone from a band to play him. Because I don't know, I just feel like there's not a lot of actors that, like, look like they could pull off Andros Jay the way that Andros Jay is. So I feel like I'd have to cast some people from, like, music. Because, like, obviously, Andy Biersack, he did really well in The Relentless. So I feel like it would be Andy Biersack, or it would be, like, Remington Leaf from Palais Royale. Because Palais Royale is actually Andros Jay's favourite band. I feel like Remington kind of has the look that Andros also has. Or it would have to be Jared Way from Michael McRomance, because Andros is literally Jared Way all over. Like, I feel like that's what it would have to be, really. So definitely Andros. I feel like, I feel like my mum would definitely be in my movie. I love my mum. She's great. She supports me. I don't know who would play my mum, though. Who would I want to play my mum? Who do I feel like is my mum? I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to throw in a wild card, because, like, she's nothing like my mum, but I think it would make a very entertaining movie, because I just think it would be so random. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is my mum. We're having Dolly Parton in this movie. I don't know why, but I feel like I need Dolly Parton. For some reason. You know what? Scratch that. Okay. I said Jared Way. I said Jared Way as Andros Jay.
Yes.
You know what? I think it would be funny to just have Johnny Knoxville as Andros Jay.
Awesome.
Because, like, I'm not being funny, Andros Jay is a bit of a jackass. So, you know what? Johnny Knoxville. It would just be funny to see him in a red wig as well. And then I feel like this movie's not even going to be watchable at this point.
I'm definitely watching it.
Yes. And then the last one would have to be... Can't really think of anyone else, to be honest, that I'd have to have in this movie. This is a hard one. I feel like I have to put in, I'm just going to put Taylor James and Jack Torino, because they're the greatest tag team in like this part of the UK in my eyes. I just think they're great. They have influenced me a lot. They've been there for me a lot, and I feel like they're funny guys, and like the movie would be really funny with them in it. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know who would play them though. That's the thing. I really don't know. I feel like they should just be in it. Like, I feel like it would just be the Rebellion. Like, because they're great guys. They're great guys. And like Jack Torino is very charismatic. So I feel like we just need Jack Torino. So yeah.
I will accept that answer that they get to play themselves.
I just have the Rebellion play themselves.
I'm still thinking about the interactions between Bailey and Dolly Parton. And
yes.
That sounds like that's something I never knew I always wanted.
Yes, we'll have Bailey, Dolly Parton, Johnny Knoxville, and the Rebellion.
It sounds like a great movie. Pre-order them tickets now.
Yes.
Alright, since you are from the UK, I have to ask, KFC or Nando's?
KFC all the way. Nando's is just overpriced, man. Like, I'm probably gonna get so much, like, critique for this, but, like, Nando's is horrendously overpriced. And I don't like spice, so I just have the plain chicken, really. Like, KFC all the way. The gravy is amazing.
It is. They do have great gravy there.
Yes.
Is the greatest person to ever be knighted Patrick Stewart?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who that is. I don't know who anyone is.
Professor Xavier from the X-Men.
Oh, yeah, that would be why I'm oblivious. Yeah, I've never seen the X-Men.
Oh wow.
I haven't seen a lot of things that everyone's seen. Like, I only watched one Star Wars movie, and I didn't get it. Like, I only know Waterboy. I only speak in Waterboy. Waterboy is all I know.
Oh my god.
The greatest movie ever.
At least what Star Wars was it? Which one?
I don't know. I think it was the new one. The Last Jedi, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Well, Vickie definitely turning heel.
Yeah. I've had a sheltered childhood. I haven't watched anything. Apart from Waterboy. I've watched Waterboy like 13 times.
I didn't think that was going to be such a controversial question when I asked it. But one controversial subject to another. Pineapple.
Well, my bad.
Pineapple.
I love Waterboy, man. I love it so much. Waterboy's just the greatest.
Alright, pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Yes. Yes. That's all.
So you
I love
agree
it.
with
It's
the
great.
statement?
Yes, I do agree with the statement. 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs. There you go.
Yes.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Ooh. Probably Piplup.
Oh, sweet.
Blue. And also, I just like Piplup. I've always liked Piplup.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for THUG? THUG.
No, I do not.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. Cause a dog can't stop.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yes, we love the late great Tracy Smothers trying to keep the memory alive.
Ah, cool.
Weirdest
Yes.
question you'll ever be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual Rock.
In a rock.
No, an actual Rock. Like
Oh, you
the object.
wrestling a rock.
Yes.
Depends how big the rock is, I guess.
About the size
If
of a
it's a
shoe.
boulder, I have no chance. I'm gonna get crushed.
I said it's about the size of a shoe.
Size of a shoe.
Yeah.
I reckon I could take it then. I reckon I could chuck that rock.
Well,
I reckon I could gorilla press that rock above my head.
Well, just for context, there was this wrestler named Psycho Mike that wrestled an actual Rock for over 15 minutes. In a Tungsten Man match, an Iron Man match that lasted for 2 weeks.
Respect, I guess. It's 2023, man. Anything can happen in wrestling.
So, to a certain degree, he didn't exactly win the match, so, you know.
You know what? Putting the rock over, fair play, lad. That's all I gotta say.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully, debuting for a lot more promotions up and down the UK and abroad. I'd like to wrestle abroad, hopefully, one day. Hopefully, I see myself taking off and wrestling as much as I can. Possibly every weekend would be nice. I'm doing quite a lot right now. I'd like to keep going, ideally. Yes. And hopefully becoming a champion a few times, that would be nice as well. I'd like that, very much so.
I mean, with that trophy, you're well on your way, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
And what's a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Vickie Twothumbs is all about?
So do you mean like my favorite match that I've done, or?
It's usually a match that I say that best shows off what you're all about, but it's open for whatever.
Okay. Well, I'd have to recommend one of my most recent matches. It's me versus Rita Slayworth for RCWA. I love that match. It has a big place in my heart because I'm really proud of it. Another one would have to be me and Andros Jay versus Rebellion, but it hasn't actually been released yet. When it is released, I will be posting it everywhere because I'm super proud of it. And I think they're the two. Oh, and me versus Artemis from UKPW. That match, I just love that match so much, and like the crowd was just so nice and receptive. Like it was just like an electric crowd. It was such a great day, and I'm proud of that match. I'd have to say they're my three that represent Two Thumbs. But yeah, I mean,
Continue.
sorry.
No, continue. I cut you off.
If I were to recommend just matches in general, I would say just go watch an AJ Lee match because I love AJ Lee and I think she's great. So.
Can we find the matches you recommended on YouTube?
You can find two of them, yes. Go to UKPW, you can find me versus Artemis, and RCWA, and you can find me versus Rita Slayworth.
Perfect. And I will find those matches on YouTube, and I will put the link to those matches in the description of the video below for on YouTube and Castbox. For anybody that wants to see them, re-see them after this interview.
Thank you.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Oh no, I'm under pressure now.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Don't ask me wrestling questions because I don't know anything.
Well, excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
I'm blanking now. I'd have to say probably Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, yes.
Okay. Worst wrestler.
Worst wrestler? Ooh, that's not a very nice question. Anyone who is wrestling for 1 month and thinks they're the big time and they don't have to put up the ring. That's my answer.
And you know what? I will accept that answer. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Ooh. Like WWE or like anyone?
Anybody. Past or present.
Good question. I feel like it would have to be Asuka because I think she's so cool.
Oh yeah.
I love Asuka. She's great.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
AJ Lee, definitely.
That's an underrated one for sure.
Oh, 100%. I always tell people how underrated it is.
Yeah. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Okay, sometimes.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast.
Yes.
Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Ooh, good question. I don't think it's a fruit. It might be a fruit, but personally, it seems a bit too vegetable for me. Gives me like vegetable vibes. So yeah, I don't trust it if it's a fruit.
So you're going with vegetable?
Yes.
Well, you would be wrong. It's a fruit.
Well, the thing is, they say tomatoes are fruit, but tomatoes, no. I'm sorry, it's too sour to be a fruit. No, it's not sour. I don't know what the word is, but it is not a fruit. It can't be a fruit. I refuse.
So basically,
you do not put a fruit in your sandwich. You don't put fruit in a salad. Like, no. I don't put fruit on my chips. Like, I don't put fruit sauce on my chips. No.
Well, you are now a part of Squash Squad, and that means a hell of a lot more.
Sure, I'll take it.
New Japan wrestler Taichi, his ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Well, to me, absolutely none. Absolutely none. This is Two Thumbs. Two Thumbs does not show. She is a person who does not show none of that. Like, I am very safe with what I wear because I feel very comfortable that way. I mean, for some people, if that's what you want to do, cool. But in my opinion, none. Because I'm very kid-friendly. I'm very, I want people to look up to me. I don't want to be sending them the wrong message. Like, that's just my opinion. If you wanna have your bum cheeks out, that's on you. I'm not judging. My opinion is my opinion, and that's just the way I present myself. And that's it, really. That's it. If you got it and you want to show it off, cool. I don't got it. I don't want to show it off. Cool.
Fair enough. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, because if I did, I would upset a lot of people by telling them he's a jackass. Yeah. That's just my opinion on the subject.
And that would be the correct answer. Thank you so much, Vickie, for coming on and doing this with me.
That's alright.
Once again, where can we find all things Vickie Twothumbs on social media?
Yep. To be honest, this has been the most enjoyable podcast I've done, so thank you.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that. We like to keep it interesting for our guests.
Yes.
Where can we find you on social media?
Vickie Twothumbs on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Are we doing the Wednesday Adam dance on TikTok yet?
No, because I can't dance and I haven't got any rhythm.
Fair enough. And merchandise.
Merchandise is usually just through my DMs. I think I'm on the gear, but I haven't really sold much on there. I usually just tend to just deal with it all in my DMs, really, because then it's coming from me personally, because I have my own t-shirts here. So yeah.
Right.
I got stickers as well, and I got magnets, and I got 10 8s.
Well,
So I got a lot of stuff.
you don't have to type it into your Google. Simply go into the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Click the link, a new tab will appear on whatever device you're on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, but on YouTube and Castbox. You can follow, of course, this is sponsored by Rogue Energy and Pale White Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. Follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, Vickie, when I say wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For always special guest Vickie Twothumbs, Calico Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James Jay, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment!
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.